Hello guys, you are welcome to this tutorial video where I'll be teaching you how to create reusable components in React using Typescript. In this particular video, I'll be creating reusable form components. Since the video will be in series, in the next video, I'll be creating button components. Before I start the video, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly click the subscribe button, turn on the post notification bell, like, share, and comment on the video. Now, let's dive right into the video. So you are welcome once again, and what have I done in this video? I just created a folder for the project. But we are going to start right from the beginning. So what am I going to do? The project is going to have a front end and a back end, but we are going to start with the front end first. But what am I going to do now is let's create the folders for both front end and the back end. To create folders, you just say mkdir and the name of the folder. So say front end. So mkdir the meaning is make directory, and the name of the directory is front end. So see, it's going to create the directory inside this place. So you see, front end has been created. Okay, let's leave that of back end till when we are doing the back end work. So now let's clear the terminal. Then let's go to the front end folder. You say cd front end. So it's going to take us to the folder. We are already in the front end folder now. We are going to start our project, and in this project we'll be using Typescript on React, and we are going to be using Tailwind for styling. So let's go to our browser and let's go and you see how we are going to bootstrap it. So we are on Google now. Just come to Google, just type fit with React and Tailwind. So just after typing that, go to this website, click on this first link, and it's going to take us to the website to the guide that we are going to use to bootstrap the process. So we are already on the home page now. This is the installation process. So we are using React. So create your project with this. So this is the command for creating the project: npm create vit at latest, the name of the project. So let's go. Just type npm create vit at latest. So since we are going to be creating it inside the front end folder, we don't need to give it any name again. We just need to do / like this, and it's going to create it inside the current folder. So we just press enter and wait for the process to finish. So we are going to choose from this. Is either you can use vanilla JavaScript, you can use Vue, you can use React. So we are going to use React. Take it to React and press enter. So we are going to select the one that we are going to use. We'll be using Typescript. Press enter. So see, it has been created now. So after the creation, it says do npm install npm run dev. So let's go back to the process that we are following. So say after this has been done, we cd to the folder. Then we install this process. So but before we do that, let's do this npm install. So I'm saying npm or install. So we press enter. It's going to install all the dependencies that we are going to need for the project. Inside the package.json, it's going to bring all the dependencies and install them. After that, so as you can see, the npm install has been done now. So let's go to our browser back and see the next step to be done. Let's bring in Tailwind CSS. We are going to follow this copy. You come back to the terminal and paste here, paste like this and enter. So this step has been done. Let's go back and check the next step and do it also. So this is the next step: npx tailwind init -p. So let's copy and paste in the terminal and press enter. So this has been created. Let's see it. This is the tailwind.config.js file inside the project. So we have it here now. So let's close it. So the next thing now is to run. Let's go back to so after that, we are going to inside the tailwind.config.js, we are going to copy this and paste it inside. So let's copy everything and let's go to the tailwind.config.js. So Ctrl A, Ctrl V. So we paste it and save. After this has been done, let's go back. So we have done this. So the next thing to be done is to put this inside our index.css. So let's copy it and go back. Let's go to source folder and let's go to index.css and let's clear all this and paste this one and save. So we have done that. What's the next thing to be done? So after that, we now do npm run dev. So before we do npm run dev, let's do it this way. Let's go to our app file and do this one and copy this and paste in our app file so that we can see the effect of what we have done. So let's do it this way. Let's clear everything. Let's remove everything and paste this one. Let's remove this. Let's remove all this. Let's remove the app.css, and we are going to delete this app.css because we are not going to be needing it. So move to the recycle bin. What are we deleting again? I think that's all. So now after that, let's do npm run dev. Npm run dev and click enter. So now it has started, so we can get to the localhost 5173. We can view what we have done there. You can copy it and let's go to our browser and paste it here. So let's paste it like this and click enter. So can you see we have hello world now, and you can see let's do something now. Let's go to our app.ts. So you can see, let's give it a color. Let's say test red 500, and let's see if it's going to reflect on the browser. Can you see it has changed it to red color? So now everything is working fine. So what are we going to do? Let's create let's go to our source folder. Inside our source folder, we have asset, we have this app.tsx. I want us to create a page folder inside this source. Let's have pages folder. That's where we are going to have all our pages. So we also have our component folder. That's where we are going to have all the components that we can reuse, like the navbar, the form components, the button component. We are going to have everything inside this component folder. Before we continue, let's install some other things for us that we are going to be using. For routing, we are going to be using React Router DOM. So let's install React Router DOM. Let's go to our browser again and let's search for npm React Router DOM. So we click enter, click on this one. So it's going to take us to the installation process. So we are already there. So all we need to do is npm install React Router DOM. So we copy it from here like this, and let's go back to our terminal and paste it and click enter. So let's wait for it to install. So the installation process has finished. So but now let's start the creation of the form component. So inside our component folder, let's create a file that we are going to call form.tss. Since we are using TypeScript, we press enter. So let's use ReactJS React functional component with export. We press enter. So it's going to create this file for us. So inside this file, we are going to create our form component. So let's save. So now what do we need in creation of this form component? You know, the form component is just like an input feed. Let's go to our browser and let me search for register form. So look at it now. This is an example of a register form image. So can you see now, this is a very good example of a register form image. You can see that we have name, email address, country, phone number, password. So what am I saying in essence is that we have input feeds in the registration form. Likewise, we have it in login forms and all things like that. The only thing is that this particular feed now that has full name, the name is going to be different from what is going to be in login form. So what am I saying in essence is that inside this particular form, we are going to be receiving some props. So the type of props that we are going to be receiving is going to be title. We are going to be receiving title. We are going to be receiving the type of the input feed, which is going to be either text or email or password. You get what I'm saying? So we are going to be receiving maybe that feed is required or not. We are going to also receive that. We are going to be receiving placeholder for that particular input feed. So we are also going to be receiving value for that particular input feed, and we are also going to receiving the set value for that particular input feed. So also we can also receive. So let's leave it like this first, and as we continue, I will be explaining further. So let's go into our div and remove that form. Then what are we going to do? I want my input feed and to have the input feed in that form to have label. So it's going to have label like this. It's also going to have an input feed like this. So it's going to have an input feed like this. So what am I saying is that this particular type could be text, it could be email, it could be password, it could be anything like that. So we have so many type of input feed. So this particular input field is going to be dynamic in nature. So what are we going to do? We just remove this and put the type that we pass into the form as props. So this one also, the label also is going to, we are going to put the title here, which we are going to do like this. The title that we are passing as props into the form is going to be here. So also the HTML4 is going to be HTML for the title. So it's going to be for like this, for the title like this. So also apart from that one, the required, we are going to set it on this input field. We are going to say required. This input field is going to take required, is going to be equal to the required that we are passing into the form. Then also the placeholder is going to be dynamic. It's going to take in the placeholder that we are passing into the form like this. Then the value is going to be equal to the value that we are passing in as props. Then this, we are going to do something like this. We are going to have unchanged. This particular input field is going to have unchanged. When unchanged, then we are going to the event. We are going to take the event. We are going to set the value to the event.target.value so that whatever we type inside that input field will be saved to this particular value. So this is how the form is going to look like. So also we might want to have different type of styling for login form and different type of styling for register form. So we can do the styling like this, that the container, we want the class class name to be equal to, since this is the parent div, we are going to say form container style. So we are going to be receiving it as a props. So also we might want our label to have different style also. We just say something like this and equal to form label style. Call it like form label style. We do same thing for the input field. So we say class name equal to form input style. Something like this. So these two, we just receive it from the parent file that we are using this form for. So we save it like this. So all this red that you are seeing is because of Typescript. So we are going to fix that in a moment. So now we are going to create a particular type for all these parameters, all these props that we are passing into this form. So let's call it, we are going to call it type form type is equal to, then we pass all this inside. So the title is going to be a string. So the type is also going to be a string. Required is going to be boolean. Placeholder is going to be a string. Value is going to be a string. Set value is going to be like this. The text is going to be string and is going to have void like this. So form container is going to be, we want to have the opportunity to be able to use either the inline stylings of CSS or the Tailwind CSS. We can also use it. So we are going to do CSS properties, CSS properties, this one, or a string. So whichever one that we wish to use is going to accept it. We are going to also do something like this, CSS properties, or a string. So it's going to be for the three. So let's copy and paste this one, copy and paste like this. So now we are now going to use this form type. Copy the form type. We are going to use it on this like this. We are going to use it like this. So to clear this particular error, what we are going to do now is, since we are using, we want to be able to use either inline styling or the Tailwind styling. So we are going to do it like this. We are going to do type of this is equal to string. Then if type of this is equal to string, then we say form container style, or put it as a string like this. Do it for class. Then we also do it for since we can also use inline styling. We do it for the style part. So we have something like this. We're going to have style like this. So it's going to be type of form container. Let me copy it. Copy. type of form container is equal to string. Then say type of form container is equal to string undefined or this. I think that one should be sorted now. Let's place comma here so that we will not be having error over there again. So it remains these two that we are going to do the same thing for. So let me copy this. So we have type of this is equal to string, just the same thing. Then we say this or a string like this. So we're also going to do the same thing for styles for this one also. No, I'm coming. Mistake. So we are supposed to bring this down. So we are going to do style like this. Type of this is equal to string. Then we say undefined, or we say this. So that one also is sorted now. It remains the last one, which we are going to do the same thing. Let me just duplicate this so that it's going to be fast. We call this one style. So we say type of this is equal to, when it's equal to string, we say it is undefined, and then we say form input style. Like this, we do same thing for the class type of this. Copy, we come here, we say type of this when is equal to string, we do it like this. We say this or empty string like this. We save it. So we have it sorted now. You see, we don't have any error again. So when we want to use it in any particular form, we are just going to call it. Since we have exported the form, let me do the proper explanation here. So in this line 1 is a particular property on React that we are going to be needing because of the TypeScript strictness. So since we are going to be using dynamic styles, so we can use the inline styling, or we can also use the Tailwind styling. So the Tailwind styling is a string, while the inline styling is going to use the CSS properties type of type in TypeScript. So that's why we imported this one. So we are going to, inside the form type, we are going to be making the title dynamic, so which is a string. We are going to be making the type dynamic, which is also a string. The required, we are going to be making dynamic, which is either going to be true or false. We are going to also be making the placeholder dynamic, which is also a string. Then the value is going to be dynamic, which is also a string. So with the set value is going to set this particular value to whatever we are going to call it the particular state we are going to use to fetch the particular value inside that place, and use it, probably send it to the backend for documentation. So the set value is going to take in a text which is a string, and which is going to be voided like this. So the styling, this form container style is going to be for the styling of the outer div. So we also have styling for the label and for the input field. So the form function is going to take in all these particular properties from wherever we are calling it and want to use it. Before we can use it there, we are going to pass in the title, we are going to pass in the type, we are going to pass in the required, the placeholder values, we are going to set the value, we are going to pass in the styling for the container, for the label, and for the input field, so that when we are using it, we can use we can make it more, the styling dynamic it be different from the styling of login, be different from the styling of a register. So this is what we have done here. So in our next video, I'm going to create a button component that we are going to be using to add the button for the register button or the login button. You know, immediately after users as they finish filling all those input fields and they want to submit, we have different submit button for the login and different one for the register. So I will create the component here in the next video. So after creating the button component, then I will start creating the pages, like the login page, like the register page, like the forgot password page, reset password page, those pages that need input fields that have forms. So I'm going to create those pages. So now I hope you've understand perfectly well how to create form components in react.js using TypeScript. Thank you for watching. Before I go, if you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, kindly click the subscription button, turn on the post notification bell so that you'll be informed immediately I upload new video. Please like and share this video with others, and also make your comments about the type of video that you want me to make next inside the comment section, so that I will try my best to create those type of videos. So also please like and share this video and also comment. See you in my next video. Bye.